Okay, I'm going to go about showing you how to do a upcycled collar for a cat or dog. Mine are typically for goats, and I'm using t-shirt yarn that I made from old t-shirts, a Coke tab, and then I'm going to be using a key ring. And what you want to do, and I'm using a size K crochet hook, and so what you want to do is you want to have the rough side facing you. You're going to send the yarn through one side, pull it through the other side. Then what you're going to do is make a slip knot on the other side with the other end. So it should look something like this. There's your slip knot, and it weaves in. So go ahead and tighten that up. And then what you want to start doing is just chaining to whatever your length is you want. You may want to try to tighten up that first chain. Okay. And then just chain to whatever length you want. And I find for me that normally anywhere from probably 30 to 40 is probably what you'd want on chains. You can always measure your animal's neck that you're wanting to make the collar for and get it real exact, and then gauge it on the length there. Now after you chain however much you want, this can be a collar itself. It has give, and it would work for a cat if you want something that's similar to a breakaway. It would stretch off the cat's neck. Now, because you're using if you were to use just one, you can take and snip the end and pull through, and you can weave it through just like a belt. And the great news about weaving it through just like a belt is if you kept your roughed edges, it won't move. I have one just like this on one of my kid goats, and it doesn't move. So you can do just a simple chain and weave it in. Now, if you want something that's a little wider, I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to chain it a little bit more. Okay, so what I do then is I double crochet all the way back to the other end. I'm going to count 3 down, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to start here. And so you're going to just double crochet all the way back to the other side. This will also make it a firmer collar to do it this way, if you want one. And as you can see, that gives you a little more than an inch to about an inch wide, depending on how thick you've made your t-shirt yarn. So you can go all the way back to the other end, and then I can show you one more option, which is the other option after you double crochet all the way back to the other end. I'll show you what to do that'll slow up its stretching quite a bit and add strength to it. So go ahead and pause the video if you're curious to know what the next step is. Now when you complete your double crochet, this is what you should have. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. So here's the neat thing about this Coke tab here, is you can go in and you can push it through, and you can see puts resistance to it. And the great thing about being able to do it like this is that you have more room for adjustment. So if you're making this as a gift, you have quite a room for adjustment with the double crochets because you've got a hole in there. So wherever there's a hole, or however short you want to do it, you just stick it up through the double crochet, and there you have it if you want to do the double crochet style. Now if you're wanting to do a different alternative, I will show you how to go about that. So for me, because I may want more enforcement to than just one tab, I may add another tab, and that's not bad. Again, make sure you want to pull your loop up some, make sure that the rough edge is facing you, shove through one side, pull up, shove through the other side, and pull down. You can start tightening that up. There. You can tighten that up. Then what I like to do is chain one. Okay. And make sure that these shiny sides are facing you and the rough sides are facing away. And what you're going to do is you're going to go up in between the double crochet, wrap your hook, pull it up, wrap, and pull through both. Okay, and then you're going to go up under the next double crochet, wrap, pull through, and then wrap again and pull through. Go up through the next double crochet in between, wrap, pull through, wrap, pull through. And you want to do this all the way to the other side. And what you'll see that you're doing is adding a nice braid down the middle. And this slows up a lot of that stretch. It does make it a little thicker, but this would be good for a large sized dog, or one I'm using for is for my goat that's this style. And you want to do this all the way across to the other side. And then after you do that, I'll show you how to use a key ring, and that adds the clip that you can have for a leash or lead or tether along those lines. So go ahead and pause the video and complete this, and I'll show you how to add in your ring so you can clip on leads and stuff. Okay, I've now just completed the collar, and it should be nice and strong. Now what you want to do is, if you look at a store-bought collar, you'll know that the ring typically goes just behind the buckle. So we're going to go a certain amount behind the buckle. And the great thing about what we've done here is you'll see a section here and a section here. We're going to send it through there for extra support. Now if you did the double crochet, then you're just going to send it through one of the actual double crochets. So what I'm going to do, because that's a fat area to try to fit it in, and I will warn you, if you're just doing a light walk with your animal or something and you're doing a short tethering period or something like that, this will hold up. But if you're wanting to do extended, where it's going to have a lot of pressure to it, find something sturdier than this. Okay, so you're going to send it up, and I put my scissors through here, and I can bend the scissors to open it. So, and I'll admit this is a little bit of a challenge, but once you get it in there, it does just fine. I think I'm about to get it. There it is. And just keep pulling it through. And there you go. You now have a ring for your lead and your buckles. Now, I would suggest just weaving in your ends. Now, before you put this on your animal, I would suggest gauging how big of a loop you need and making a mark. And once you decide upon that, I would suggest going in and really loosening up on both sides, a nice area, making it easier for you to slip those buckles through. So I've loosened up my area, and what I'm going to do is take a buckle on one side and send it through. And then I can take a buckle on the other side and send it through. And there you have it. There is your collar. And you can pull on this pretty snug. That's gonna hold. And so then you can just clip your lead on, and you have a collar for a dog or a goat for my instance. But that's how you add the ring and how you close the collar off using coat tabs. So yeah, there you go. And you're done.